Good morning students. In previous lecture we have learned about beta decay, fine structure of beta decay and even alpha decay and fine structure of alpha decay. Today we are going to know about Gamow theory. In previous lecture we have defined and we have learned what is alpha decay and beta decay and fine structure of alpha decay. Now, today we are going to know about Gamow theory. Today's concept is Gamow theory. So, first coming to classical ideas. Classical ideas. 20 mega electron volt energy is required for the alpha particle to escape from the nucleus. Okay, how much energy required for the alpha particle to escape from the nucleus? 20 mega electron volt. So this is high energy only. This is high energy. But the energy of alpha particle is less when compared to barrier height. Okay, so minimum energy to escape from the nucleus is 20 mega electron volt, but the alpha particle has less energy when compared to barrier height of the nucleus. So if the alpha particle is having less energy to overcome the barrier height, it is not supposed to escape from the nucleus. Okay, so this difficulty was solved by Gamow in the year 1928 by considering the by applying the wave mechanics to alpha particle. So today's concept is Gamow theory. So according to classical ideas, the alpha particle requires minimum amount of energy as 20 mega electron volt to escape from the nucleus. But this alpha particle is having less energy in order to overcome the barrier height. So if it is having less energy, it is not supposed to escape from the nucleus. So to overcome this problem, Gamow in the year 1928 have applied the wave equation to solve the problem. Wave equation to solve the problem of ejection of alpha particle from the nucleus. Alpha particle from the nucleus. So to overcome this problem, he has applied the wave equation. So according to him, he has divided the three regions. So according to him, he has considered the three regions. So this is the region 1, this is region 2 and this is region 3. So in order to escape the alpha particle from the nucleus and in order to overcome the barrier height, Gamow in the year 1928 he has applied the wave equation to overcome this problem. So according to him, he has divided the three regions, that is region 1, region 2 and region 3. So now according to him, the particle moves in the form of wave. The particle moves in the form of wave. So the diagram representation is like this. So here in the first region, both incidence and reflection takes place, and here also transmission and reflection of wave takes place. Whereas in the third region, only transmittance takes place. Okay, there is no other region to reflect back. So in the first region, we has considered the incidence of the wave and reflection of wave, and here it is entering into, the wave is entering into other region. So we call it as transmitted wave. So transmitted and again reflected wave. Here only transmitted wave. So by using this diagram, okay, and according to him, three regions are present. In the first region, incidence and reflectance of wave takes place, transmittance and reflection of wave takes place, and in the third region, only transmittance will take place. Now, he has applied the Schrodinger wave equation for the region 1, region 2 and region 3. So, according to Gamow, the region 1 and region 3 are similar, whereas region 2 is different. Okay, here region 2 is different when compared to region 1 and region 3. So, he has applied the Schrodinger wave equation for region 1 and region 2, and he have applied the Schrodinger wave equation for the region 2. Okay, and he has given the solution for the Schrodinger wave equation which has applied for region 1 and 3, okay, and for 2. So now let us consider the equation which represents the wave motion in region 1 and region 3. So first, the Schrodinger equation in region 1 and 3. The Schrodinger equation in region 1 and 3. Okay, why he has considered region 1 and 3? Because these region 1 and 3 are similar. 1 and 3. And he has given the d square u by dr square plus 2m by h cut square eu is equal to 0. Consider this as equation number 1. Okay, the Schrodinger equation, wave equation in region 1 and 3 is given by d square u by dr square plus 2m by h cut square into u is equal to 0. Consider it as equation number 1. Now he has applied the Schrodinger wave equation for region 2. Write down the Schrodinger equation or wave equation in region 2. In region 2 is given by d square u by dr square plus 2m by h cut square into e minus v of u is equal to 0. See, you look at the equation 1 and 2. So, this is for region 1 and 3 and this equation for region 2. Now, here he has given the solution for equation 1 and 2. Now, the solution of equation 1 is we have considered the Schrodinger equation for region 1 and 3 and Schrodinger equation for region 2. Now, we are going to consider the solution of equation 1. Solution of equation 1 is given by u1 is equal to a1 e power I k1 r plus b1 e power minus I k1 into r. So, this is the solution for the Schrodinger wave equation for region 1 and 2. Now, here k1 we are considering, where k1 is equal to, here k is nothing but wave vector. K1 is equal to under root 2me by h cut. Now, we are going to consider the solution for equation 2. Solution of equation 2 is given by u2 is equal to a2 e power I k2r plus b2 e power minus I k2r. So consider this as equation number 3 and this as equation number 4. Yes, we have considered the Schrodinger equations and their solutions. Here k2 we are considering wave vector. This k2 is given by k2 is equal to under root 2me by v minus e h cut. Sorry, 2m k2 is equal to under root 2m v minus e by h cut. So we have considered the k1 wave vector which is given by 2me by h cut, and k2 value is under root 2m of v minus e by h cut. Consider this as equation 4, this is 5, and this as equation number 6. So far we have considered the Schrodinger wave equation for region 1 and 3 and region 2, their solutions and their wave vectors. Okay. Now, as I have said that the region 3 have only transmitted wave. Okay. Whereas in the region 1, both instant wave is there, reflected wave is there. In the region 2, both transmitted wave, reflected wave. In region 3, only transmitted wave is present. So, its equation is given by u3 is equal to a3 e power I k1 r. Consider this as equation number 7. So this solution for region 1, which consists of both reflected and both instant and reflected. This equation for transmitted and reflected, and this equation represents the solution of transmitted wave. Now here we are observing A1, okay, A2 and A3 terms. A3 and B1, B2 terms are nothing but constants which has to be determined. Now we are going to consider the boundary conditions. We are going to consider boundary conditions. By applying boundary conditions in the above equations, we are going to solve the transmitted wave equation in which the alpha particle can overcome the barrier height and transmit or eject out from the nucleus. So now we are going to consider boundary conditions. The first boundary condition is u1 is equal to u2 and dou u by dou r is equal to dou u1 by dou r is equal to dou u2 by dou r at r is equal to 0. Next boundary condition is u2 is equal to u3 and dou u2 is equal dou u2 by dou r is equal to dou u3 by dou r at r is equal to 0. So what is the first boundary condition? u1 is equal to u2 and dou u1 by dou r is equal to dou u2 by dou r at r is equal to 0. What is the second boundary condition? u2 is equal to u3 and dou u2 by dou r is equal to dou u3 by dou r at r is equal to 0. Now consider these boundary conditions as equation 8. Now we are going to apply those boundary conditions for the solutions in order to determine the required equation. Now we have known the boundary conditions. Now we are going to apply the boundary conditions in u1 U2 and U3. That means solutions of region 1, region 2 and region 3. Now we are going to get finally A1 plus B1 is equal to A2 plus B2. That means by using the conditions we are going to find the values of these constants. Consider this as equation number 9, and I k1 a1 minus I k1 b1 is equal to k2 a2 minus k2 b2. Consider this as equation number 10, and applying the same condition, then we are going to get a2 e power k2a plus b2 e power minus k2a is equal to a3 e power I k1a. Consider this as equation number 11. That means we have substituted the boundary conditions in solution of region 1, region 2 and region 3. Then we got these equations. Now, and also we will get a2 k2 e power k2a minus b2 k2 e power minus k2a is equal to I k1 a3 e power I k1a. Consider it as equation number 12. Now from equation 11 and 12. From equation 11 and 12. That means we are subtracting equation 11 and 12. And for equation 11 you multiply with k2. Okay. So k2 into 11 I have considered, and equation 11, equation 12. So by multiplying k2 with equation 11, what you will get? a2 k2 e power k2a plus b2 k2 e power minus k2a is equal to a3 k2 e power I k1a. Okay. Now consider equation 11, equation 12. So what is equation 12 now? a2 k2 e power k2a minus b2 k2 e power minus k2a is equal to I k1 a3 e power I k1a. Now subtract. So what you will get? As it is a plus term, it becomes minus. As it is a minus term, it becomes plus, minus. This term gets cancelled and these two terms add up. So what you will get? 2b2 k2 e power minus k2a is equal to a3. So this is a plus term, and whereas this is the minus term. So in both the terms a3 is there, a3 e power I k1a is there. I am going to take it as common. So a3 e power I k1a as common, then k2 minus k1 you will get. Now from this equation, can you find the value of b2? Yes, we can find. So therefore b2 is equal to 1 by 2 a3, okay, a3 of 1 minus I k1 by k2 into e power I k1 plus k2 into a. Consider this as equation number 30. Similarly, we are going to write for a2. Similarly, we are going to write the equation for a2. So what you will get? a2 is equal to 1 by 2 a3 1 plus I k1 by k2 into e power I k1 minus k2 into a. Consider this as equation number 14. Now from equation 9 and 10. Okay, by considering equation 11 and 12, we have got B2 value and A2 value. B2 value and A2 value. Now by considering 9 and 10, we are going to get A1 value. Okay, so from equation 9 and 10, we have, now multiply equation 9 with IK1. Okay, so if you multiply equation 9 with IK1, what you will get? IK1 A1 plus IK1 B1 is equal to IK1 A2 plus IK1 B2. Yes, I have multiplied IK1 with equation 9. Similarly, I am going to take the equation 10 and subtracting. So, what is equation 10 ma? K1 A1 minus IK1 B1 is equal to K2 A2 minus K2 B2. Now subtract. So as it is a plus term, minus, as it is a minus term, plus term, and here minus and plus gets cancelled. And what are the remaining terms? 2 IK1 B1. Now here, instead of considering these changing the terms, directly we can take. So what you will get? 2I K1 A1. Okay, here these two terms gets cancelled. Is equal to A2 I am taking common. So if you take A2 as common, what you will get? I K1 plus K2. Okay. Next, plus B2 I am taking common. If you take B2 as common, what you will get? IK1 minus K2 you will get more. Now from this, can you find the value of K1? A1? Yes, we can find. So A1 is equal to 1 by 2 A2 of 1 plus K2 by IK1 plus 1 by 2 B2 of 1 minus K2 by IK1. Now substituting the values of A2, B2 in the above equation. So we already know A2 value and B2 value. Just substitute A2 value and B2 value in this equation. Then we are going to get, now substituting the value of A2 and B2 value in this equation, we are going to get A1 is equal to 1 by 4 A3 of 1 plus IK1 by K2. Next, 1 plus K2 by IK1 e power IK1 minus K2 into A plus 1 by 4 A3 of 1 minus IK1 by K2, 1 minus K2 by IK1 e power IK1 plus K2 into A. So by substituting the values of A2 and B2, okay, values of A2 and B2 in this equation, we got A1 is equal to the sum of these two terms. Consider this as equation number 15. Now, as the velocity of particles in region 1 and region 3 is same. Okay, velocity of alpha particle in region 1 and region 3 is same. But whereas in region 2 it is, the velocity of alpha particle is different. So, hence the transmission probability of alpha particle is given by the equation. Now, as I have said that the velocity of alpha particle in region 1 and 3 is same. Now, we are going to calculate the transmission probability of alpha particle. Okay. transmission probability. Transmission probability of alpha particle is given by T is equal to transmission flux by incident flux. Transmission flux by incident flux. So how can you define the transmission probability? It is the ratio of transmission flux to incident flux, and it can be denoted as mod A3 square into V by A1 square mod A1 square into V, that is equal to A3 mod A3 square by mod A1 square. Consider it as equation number 16. Now we have defined the transmission probability of alpha particle, and it is defined as T is equal to transmission flux to incident flux, and overall it is denoted by mod square A3 by mod square A1. We have considered it as equation number 16. Now the condition is if K2A greater than 1, the first term in equation 5 can be neglected, okay, in comparison with the second term, and we are going to consider, that means if you take into account K2A greater than 1, now the first term in the equation 15 is neglected, and the remaining term I am going to write here. So A1 is equal to 1 by 4 A3 into 1 minus I K1 by K2 of 1 minus K2 by I K1 e power I K1 plus K2 into A. So this is the second term of equation 15. Now we are going to consider the transmission probability. What is the transmission probability? Mod square A3 by mod square A1 is equal to. Now already A3 we have derived and A1 also we have known. Now substituting those values in this equation, what we will get is, we can write it as A1 by A3 into A1 by A3 conjugate of A1 by A3. Now, so you know the A1 value and A3 value. Just multiplying those values, we will get finally 1 by 16 of 1 minus I K1 by K2 into 1 plus I K1 by K2. Next 1 minus K2 by I K1. Next 1 plus K2 by I K1 into e power 2K2A. So by multiplying the A1 by A3 and A1 by A3 conjugate, we are going to get this whole term. Now in this, it is in the form of A plus B into A minus B. It is nothing but A square minus B square. So same formula we are going to apply here, and overall you will get 1 by 16 of 1 plus K1 square by K2 square. Next 1 plus K2 square by K1 square into E 2K2A. Now this can be written as 1 by 16. The LCM is K1 square plus K2 square. You will get K1 square plus K2 square whole square into E 2K2A. Now the transmittivity of barrier. Here barrier is nothing but height. Okay. So in order to overcome this height, the transmission probability is given by T is equal to 16 K1 square K2 square by K1 square plus K2 square whole square into e power 2K2A. So this is the transmission probability for the electron to overcome the barrier height. Now consider this as equation number 70. Now if K2A, okay, 2K2A greater than 1, then the transmission coefficient is given by, now the exponential term, that is 2K2A greater than 1. Then the most important factor in equation 17 is the exponential. Then it will be extremely small, and the transmission coefficient is T is given by T is equal to e power minus 2K2A. So if you consider the exponential term extremely small, then it will get minus 2K2A. Consider this as equation number 18. Now this equation represents the fraction of alpha particle that will penetrate through the barrier and moves from and eject from the nucleus. Okay, so this equation represents the fraction of alpha particle that will penetrate through the barrier. Here barrier is nothing but height. So this equation can helpful for the electron to penetrate, penetration of alpha particle throughout the barrier, and it will be transmitted out. So this is about the Gamow theory. Thank you.